Okay, we are live. We are early, and it is a great day because we have Kagurabachi 72. Not wasting any time. We are starting this right now. We have Kagurabachi 72. Last week, heartfelt chapter with what's his name? Samura. Wait, there we go. Make it bigger for everyone so you can read. And right off the bat, what exactly I hoped for was that we would jump right back in with this flashback and we wouldn't come back to the present day. Looks like my dream came true. So, hell yeah. All right. So you're in Samura. Give me a break. My ex-wife's wake just finished. I'm so sorry, but I simply had to thank the great hero. Chapter 72, Future. The Seitei War started when they invaded. Ho ho ho. Oh my god. Oh my god. Lord John. The citizens of that small country were bloodthirsty savages by nature. Their bodies were resistant to the Datinseki. Their invasion advanced steadily. Look at that. That's crazy. Look like demons. As everyone knows, our heroes and their enchanted blades turned the tide. The heroes succeeded in eradicating the citizens of that nefarious small country. Thanks to our heroes, every last one of them was wiped out. Our country was protected. The sins you people, so this is what Yura said last chapter. The sins you people committed and the disaster that will befall the country. Samura goes, I don't think that's what you came here to say. Yes, I know the truth. The events that led up to the eradication, the story the public doesn't know. When the Shinoichi emerged, it turned the tables on the enemy. We waged a powerful counteroffensive, rapidly driving them back. So look at how far they made it. The heroes encroached into enemy's territory. At this point, the end of the war was in sight. The enemy flew a white flag. Bloodthirsty savages. We were taught to call them that from textbooks. Yeah. But in reality, human beings are individuals. Psychologically, that small nation's inhabitants had a unique genetic resistance to the Datinseki, but they were still human. The royal family who led the invasion were deposed. They chose to surrender. In order to prevent further casualties, they signed a treaty, and for a time, peace was established. No. Dude. They must be annihilated. I mean, how do we know? I knew. One of the heroes who had trod over countless corpses during the war went berserk. The Shinoichi wielder. The strongest of the enchanted blades responded. The realm of an enchanted blade conforms to its master. Malediction. Look at that. Oh wait, we gotta go up here. The abilities that the sword master evoked were the force of pure obliteration. In the immensity of that power, the Shinoichi and the sword master consumed each other. Then all reason vanished, and the calamity that ensued was beyond virtue or evil. The calamity that best that small nation laid waste to roughly 200,000 lives. Yeah. Excuse me. This is exactly what I was talking about last week. It's crazy that I was right. It was only afterwards that 5 other enchanted blade bearers were able to stop him. The sword master remains locked away to this day. That's the real story That's the real story of the cleansing of that country. The truth is, the sword master is the worst murderer who ever lived. But this country was still in chaos, reeling from the invasion. To reestablish stability and avoid further confusion, They hid the truth and ensured that the Swordmaster hero who defeated and enshrined, oh my god, enshrined the Swordmaster who had defeated an evil enemy. How much does he know? How can we blame him? It was good for the future. Yes, the future. As for the reason for my visit, I've come to deliver a prophecy. A prophecy? Oh. So long as a Swordmaster lives, that calamity, known as the malediction, will occur again in the near future in this country. What? Sichi Samura, you have a job to do. For the future. You're awake. Who was that? Excuse me. A calamity? A job to do? Do you have to go somewhere, Dad? You heard that? I'm not going anywhere. And he just sees the thing he heads to. This is coming out. Yeah, this guy. Remember this guy? Long time no see, Samura. It's not like you reach out. Yo, you aged. Hobbling like an old geezer. Aren't you, cheeky? I'm still pretty spry for an old man. Care to spar? Sorry about that. Parents came in my room. I even though I told them I was doing this. Care to spar? No, I'll pass. What's the matter? Weren't you gonna knock me silly? I remember when he was training Shiba and Azami to fight. Oh. This guy might actually be pretty strong then. This man knew the truth about the Swordmaster. That's so? Only the core members of the Kamanabi and the nation's highest echelon know that. Perhaps he was involved back then. His voice and scent were unfamiliar. And this man who knew the truth said that the malediction would beset this country next. A prophecy, huh? It's like the dream of a monk of Tenrikun. I don't know what that is. A sort of divination. Divination, something like that, with no clear evidence. A possible disaster, in other words. So it's possible? To prevent such a thing, the Swordmaster has been imprisoned deep underground, and the Shinichi has been sealed and isolated in a separate place, so that the two can never come into contact. But as long as the Swordmaster and the Shinichi remains in this world, that possibility exists. To extinguish it completely, we would have to execute the Swordmaster. But as you know, that's not possible. Why not? The Eternal Contracts. These life and death spells are immensely sophisticated. It would be extremely cumbersome to enact multiple spells at once. For that reason, Rokuhiro used the Shinichi as a core and assigned it to the Swordmaster, his most trusted ally. Like a master-slave configuration, he linked them together to establish the contracts. Because of this configuration, if the sword master at the nucleus dies, the bodies of the other linked sword bearers will deteriorate within days they too will perish. Like shogi, pieces that fall when the king falls. The enchanted blade bearers accepted this risk when they entered the war. How could they know their comrade would become their enemy? Interesting. So, what do they say here? His most trusted ally was whoever his name is, the malediction man. If we execute the Swordmaster, you and the other contracted owners of the enchanted blades will die. But if we don't do something, calm down. This isn't like you. I understand. You're caring for your daughter now. So that's why you're concerned for the future. Yes. The possibility exists, but it's extremely slim. Very few people know that the Swordmaster and the Shinoichi are under the tightest security imaginable. And as long as the Swordmaster and the Shinoichi are sealed and isolated, there's no concern. We don't need to sacrifice their lives for such a slim possibility. What the Swordmaster did is a horrible crime we must somehow atone for. But to the very end, the rest of you fought to save citizens, not kill the enemy. You are heroes. You've done enough. Let us handle the rest. You and your daughter have futures to live for. Whoa. Is that it? What? She has her eyes closed, but she can somehow sense her target. How? She's constantly imitating me. I guess she's getting a knack of it. A knack, huh? Actually, she seems more afraid with her eyes open. Closing her eyes eliminates extraneous thoughts. She can quietly concentrate and focus on wielding the sword. Incredible. Well, she is the daughter of the great hero Seiichi Samura. Dad, did you see that? Yeah, well done. Right? I'm going to be the best fighter ever, and I'll protect you, Dad. Can you live for the future? Huh. Is that so? Well, I can't wait. Interesting. So, based on this, because one of the questions I had last week was about the timeline, where it's like he said that Yura and Samura joined up right after Rokihira died, and and that was 3 years ago. And judging from this, it looks like this happened 7 years ago, right? Because the flashback originally said 8 years ago, and then a full year has passed until his wife died, or his ex-wife just died. And so it looks like we're about 7 years that passed. So it's like, oh, wait a minute, Yura's showing up now? Doesn't make sense. But no, they didn't actually team up now. Yura just showed up, explained what happened, which, I mean, this is really cool that we get to see this. This is the first, like, full page we get to see of this dude. Holy crap. We learn that he killed 200,000 people. He is hailed as a hero. And where'd it go? We talked to this guy. This guy taught Shiba and Izami. Very interesting. This guy might be kind of cracked, like the old man. Maybe. We'll have to see. And then where'd it go? Here. So if you kill the wielder of the Shinoichi, the rest of them die. So is he... I mean, I guess that's what he means by all the sword bearers have to die. But why is he going about killing... Like, why did he have to kill Uraha with his own hands if he could just kill the malediction man? That's what we call him now. He's the malediction man. That's his name, right? We still don't get his actual name. So why doesn't he just kill the malediction man? Maybe he just doesn't want him to waste away. Like, this does sound kind of brutal, like a brutal way to die. Will deteriorate, and within days they'll perish too. I think that's kind of sad. And this is an interesting development. It kind of seems like, look, part of me thinks, okay, this is just some sort of plot reason for why we can't just kill this dude, because otherwise that's just a very easy way to handle this. But also part of me is like, whoa, this is really interesting. This is who Rokihira trusted the most. So there's definitely going to be something there. We're going to learn about that. It's gonna be like when Chihiro has to fight him, it's going to be like, I think this will be very interesting. But at this point, Fun kind of feels like just a generic plot reason. What we learned about these guys, where yes, they even say, where'd it go? Like, they specifically say, which is what I said. Bloodthirsty savages. We were taught to call them that from our textbooks. It's like the victor writes the history books, right? So that's what I say. When we learned about this flashback several chapters ago, where they mentioned that the people invaded. They were bloodthirsty. They invaded. They Iori specifically said it was from the history books, which again, Victor's right. The history books means it ain't. Means it's most likely not true. Okay, now hold up. I don't believe we have seen this enchanted blade yet. Kumiyuri enchanted blade. I'm trying to. It's already in Japanese. That's helpful. I don't believe we've seen this one yet. I don't think we've seen that one yet. You can't really tell what that is. So these might be the remaining two that we haven't seen yet. Right, because we've seen. Okay, let me go through it again. Cloud Gouger, the Shinoichi, Kumiyuri, and Tobimune. That's 4 out of 6. And then so these two appear to be the two we haven't seen yet. So neat. We got a little quick glimpse of that. The fact that like kind of what I suspected, where it's like, there's so a bunch of angry dudes, but civilians, like 200,000 civilians just died because he wanted to. Malediction. What does malediction even mean? I'm really curious about that. Malediction. Well, like, what's the definition of that? Because it sounds menacing. Malediction meaning. A magical word or phrase uttered in the intention of bringing about evil, destruction, or a curse. Oh, yeah, that fits. That that fits. So crap, dude. It just massacred everyone. But after having this conversation with this old guy, what's his name? I'm like, I don't remember. We must have learned this guy's name when we first met him. Like when Chihiro went to meet with a Kaminabi, or maybe even with the anti-Sojo squad, because we got some because we got some Kaminabi scenes when we're dealing with the anti-Sojo squad. So I forget his name, but now we get a little more of Iori training, and I'll protect you. And it's like, you can live for the future. Like the way this leaves off, he is not planning on killing all the sword bearers. He's like, all right, I'll leave it with the Kaminabi. You can live for the future. Is that so? Well, I can't wait. He'll, So again, we're not like we're Samura's turn. I guess the name of this live stream isn't quite true because I made a gamble with the name of the live stream. Right, it was a bit of a gamble because I was like, oh, he probably. Yura's talking to him. This is probably when he's going to. Ooh, excuse me. This was probably when he would make the decision to kill the sword bearers. So title was wrong, just straight up wrong. Maybe I should change it. Yeah. I'm gonna change the title right now. Actually, what should it be? Change it to the Samura's past, the war flashback revealed, or something like that. Okay, Kagurabachi 72. The war flashback, or it's not. We didn't really get a flashback. We just got Yura talking about it. Samura's reason revealed. Yeah, we'll do that. Samura's reason revealed. Capitalize the R's. Okay. There we go. couldn't process your video. Please try. Okay, screw it. Whatever. It was worth a shot. So, crazy lore. Lore doesn't hit so hard because it's kind of what I was predicting. You know, I have this thing with One Piece where it's like I theorize and I watch videos theorizing. So when the actual reveals happen, like a good thing would be Shamrock. When Shamrock showed up, and it's like, oh, yeah, I kind of, people theorized about it, so it wasn't like shocking. As opposed to maybe if I like, were to binge it all in private, it would be like, holy crap, what the hell? So I don't know, but so these guys look like crazy. I don't know why. I mean, look, this makes sense because I feel like we're about to involve Samura in the situation very soon, so we need to get this backstory for him, so we like understand him, because we're not going to like jump into Samura's final what I'm expecting to be his final fight without him knowing what is going to without like knowing his backstory. So now I could, like I'm saying, with the characters right now, Chihiro ain't beating Samura. I mean, even if the Hishaku were like, "Oh, we'll join forces with Chihiro," like what Hirohiko and Kuguri and Chihiro are gonna fight Samura. Like, I still don't think it's gonna help. I think Samura may like have a conversation with his daughter and then like just choose to stop or kill himself or something. I don't know. He might, that might be his way that might be how this gets resolved, because right now I don't think anyone can really fight Samura, who's currently at the John Wick Hotel. So we'll see. But yeah, we have to get his backstory before he gets re-involved into the story, which I'm liking right now. Obviously, I think we're going to get at least one more chapter like this with his reaction to what happened with Rokuhira dying, Kunishige dying. So, and then him actually agreeing to join forces. And then hopefully we'll get some sort of explanation as to why they waited this long to actually go after the swords. Because that was another thing that bothered. Well, I'm sorry. A reason why they waited so long to try to kill the enchanted sword bearers, because they've had the swords for like 3 years now, and just now they're deciding we're going to go after them. Maybe it'll be something dumb like, oh, we need to accumulate the forces or something, like I don't know. But yeah, anyways, very interesting chapter. I really like, I don't know what to say. It was a very good chapter. Not like not emotional like the last, like not like very character development. It was very much a lore drop. It wasn't like a character development with Ayori and Samura, but it was a very heavy lore thing. I'm a little upset that we didn't just actually get the flashback for this, and we just got Ayura talking about it. I'm a little bit upset about that, but what can you do? Now we know, and it's what I said. Like you can see the first video on this channel, I said, is Samura right? And I said it's probably because the Shinoichi wielder killed a bunch of people. Right? Like that's probably why he's doing this. But as to why he's got to kill the rest of them, it's starting to make sense. If they were gonna, oh shoot, I just closed out the tab. Shit. I mean, if they're gonna die anyways, maybe killing them by his blade is more. Maybe he wants to do it more honorably or something, like dying in combat versus just wasting away for no reason. Or maybe well, I don't know. It's like killing your Uraha does not get him any closer to killing the wielder of the Shinoichi. As I say, maybe he needs to kill them in order to get like maybe one of them knows where the Shinoichi is, but like he's never mentioned this dude ever. So it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Very interesting. But we got the war arc lore, not a flashback. We got the lore. I wish we got a flashback. I wish we could have seen this like happen in real time. That would have been way more interesting than just like we see it from Samura's perspective in the past. Something like I feel like that could be really cool. But like Yura mentions like the sins of the war, and then Samura has a well, it would be weird doing a flashback within a flashback, but I don't know. Either way, I still wish we could have seen like what led to him just going out and the malediction man just going out and killing everyone. And if you guys are, I'm calling the malediction man is the new name for the Shinoichi wielder. That's just how it's going to be from now on. Malediction man. And like everyone's reaction to that, like I feel like would have been way better than just like Yura saying, "Yep," and he just went and he killed 200,000 people. He'd be like, I don't know. It's just hearing about it after the fact is way less interesting or like impactful than like it would be seeing it with a character like Samura or Rokahira or something, or anyone like you know what I mean, seeing it through the perspective of another character than it is just saying, "Oh yeah, 200,000 people died." It's like, oh, that's sad, but like if we saw it happening, maybe I mean, again, we still there's a decent chance we still will. I don't know. We'll have to see. But very good chapter. I expect we'll get one more Samura flashback chapter at least. Just his reaction to Rokahira dying and him actually making the decision to kill the contracted sword bearers, and also we'd have to see like why, like what leads to him parting ways with Iori. Like we don't know what's going to cause that. If it was just the general, I got to go kill all these people. You need to leave me, or yeah, I don't know. Or maybe once he realized he might be a threat, or well, no, because he wouldn't be. I was gonna say like if he realized he was in danger from his shaku, would be like, Iori, get away from me. But like he's not, because he's on there, like he's right. Oh man, I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, this has been very interesting, very good chapter. I'm just, I can't. I don't have much to say. It was just very good lore drop. I'm very excited to see more. I think we finally got a chapter that didn't have like an insane ending for the first time since I don't know when. The cliffhanger was, it's fine, just not. It's not like insane like the other chapters have been. So there's, you want a critique for this chapter? It was not a good cliffhanger, but still a good, serviceable story. All right. I think I'm going to end it there. I appreciate you guys who are watching live right now. And we'll be back this week. We got One Piece chapter, I don't even know what we're on. 42? No, we did 42 was last week. 43. 1143. So we'll be back for that. And of course, we'll be back again next Sunday. I'm going to try to do it on Sunday, the Kagurabachi stream. I wasn't able to do it yesterday. Whole schedule's out of whack. So instead of doing Kagurabachi streams on Monday, I'm going to try to bring those back to Sundays because that's when they drop. And I usually get more people watch on Sundays anyways. So, all right. Shout out to you guys in the chat and appreciate you. I'll see you later this week for One Piece and next week for Kagurabachi. Peace.